If this is your first Sunday with us, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back to Canyon Hills Presbyterian Church's Sunday School. It's a beautiful Sunday. You can tell the sun's coming in my window. It's going to be a hot one because it's summer. It's July, and it gets kind of hot, doesn't it? But that's when we get to have fun. We can go swimming, run in the sprinklers, go for bike rides. Sometimes sit in the house where the air conditioning is, kind of feels a little bit better. Maybe watch a movie. I know everybody's out of school now because school this year at the end was online with our moms and dads. That was kind of hard, but kind of fun too. I think we all learned something. It's exciting to learn new things. Now today, we are going to continue with our story about Job. I get to tell the story again. I'm so excited. And we've been doing science projects. We've been doing some art projects. Today, we're going to do a cooking project that you can do with your moms and dads. And you can have this yummy dessert that's really quick. It's really fun to do. So I am excited to have you here. I hope you're just excited to be here because it's fun that we can still get together, maybe not in person yet, soon, but that we can do all this online. Again, like today, I'm in my own home. I'm not at church today, but that's okay because I bet you're in your own home, maybe in your car, maybe at Grandma and Grandpa's, maybe in the backyard. You could be anywhere with your pads watching Sunday school, which is exciting. It's just like your moms and dads. They can watch Pastor Lisa on their computers too, wherever they are. Maybe they're in their bedroom, sitting on their bed. Maybe they're in the den. Maybe they're out by the pool watching you and watching Pastor Lisa. So it's exciting that we can still be together. We're always here for each other, just like God is here for us, always. He never leaves our side. So as long as we talk to him, have him in our hearts, know that he loves us. So when we pray, we can ask for forgiveness for some of the sins we may have done, like maybe being grouchy, not wanting to help. It's kind of hard sometimes when we're all at home all the time to not get grouchy. I get grouchy. But you know what we can do about it is pray to God to forgive us. And then also go and ask mom and dad or maybe our brother or sister or cousin and say, I'm really sorry. Will you forgive me? I was having a grouchy moment. I didn't feel like sharing my toys. I didn't feel like talking. I didn't feel like doing anything. But I'm really sorry I was grouchy to you. So it's okay. We just need to say we're sorry because we all get a little grouchy once in a while. I do. Like I said, I get grouchy too, especially when my animals are running around here like crazy. I can see my cat over here in the blinds running around, and my puppy up front is barking out the front window. So sometimes I get grouchy when I'm like, no, not now. I'm filming to the kids. But anyway, okay, we're going to get started. So let's calm down. Fold our hands, close our eyes and say, Dear God, thank you for this beautiful day. I thank you for these wonderful children. I pray that their ears are open and their hearts are open to continue hearing this story of Job. I thank you for today. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute for story time. Okay, I'm back for story time. Now, we've been learning about Job. And I'm going to just kind of go back a little bit just to kind of remind you what we've learned. Job was a very faithful man. He loved God no matter what. But Satan, who was very bad, didn't believe God. He didn't believe that any man was faithful just because he loved God. He said, oh, he's got, and I'm going to show you, he's got 7 sons he was blessed with. He was blessed with 3 daughters. 7,000 sheep. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of sheep. 3,000 camels. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? They're so big he'd have to have a lot of land. 500 oxen, which kind of look like a cow with big horns. And 500 female donkeys. And to have all that, he'd have to have a lot of land. So Satan was like, he doesn't love you because he loves you. He loves you because he's got all that stuff. Why not love you if you got all the stuff? And God said, no. He's faithful. He's a good man. It's none of that stuff. And Satan's like, let me prove it to you. Well, let me take it all away and see what happens. God said, okay. So Satan did, as you remember in the story. He took everything away. And do you remember how Job felt? Was he happy or sad? He was very sad. So sad. But still, he loved God and he had faith. Satan was like, no, let's try something else. He said, let me hurt him a little bit. And God said, you cannot kill Job. You can make him uncomfortable, but you cannot kill Job. So he did. He put these sores all over his body that itched and they sting a little. And they just were everywhere, so he never could be comfortable. Now, Job was upset. Of course, his heart hurt terribly. And he wanted answers from God. He wanted answers. This is what God said. God said, Job, only I can do magical things, big things, grand things. Only I see it all. Only I see it all. I made the tiniest little bugs. And I don't know if you can see that. See that bug looks kind of big there? But this is done with, I'll show you this, a magnifying glass. See, does my mouth look a little bigger? Wow, yeah. What they did is they took this little tiny bug, which I'll show you, is no bigger. Can you see a little tiny dot I did right there? Little tiny dot. That's how big that bug is. In fact, they said it's so tiny, you really can't see all the details that I'm showing in this picture. So God said, I made the smallest insect. I made the tallest mountains. Because if you were pictured in this picture, you would be probably the size of the little dot, like the little insect. The mountains are so large. I made the tallest mountains. I made the whole earth. The whole earth. Everything on it. That's what God said to Job. God made this art, this beautiful art. Everything we see. The flowers, the birds, everything. God made it. After a while, God was done speaking, and Job finally understood how wrong he had been. He felt his cheeks turn red. He hung his head. Have you ever been sad or maybe just felt bad? You kind of tip your head down. Because he felt ashamed from babbling. Do you know what babbling means? Talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Babbling is talking too much. He went on, talking to God, shouting at God about things he did not understand. So he was just kind of yelling, and he didn't understand what God has done. The tiniest insect, the biggest mountains, the whole earth. Who was he to dare God? We don't dare God. God did it all. Who was he to question anything about God? He knew he would never see life or God the same. He asked God, please forgive me. Like when I tell you, when we do things wrong, we need to ask God for forgiveness. And guess what? God will forgive you when it's true from your heart. Please forgive me, Job said. I know you are in charge. Now I understand. With my own eyes, my own ears, how great you are, God. You are number one. I will never doubt you again. So he had done all that anger, which sometimes we are that angry, and we say and do things that aren't kind, that aren't right, that aren't nice. We may even say, God, why? Why? But see, God is so grand, so loving, so kind, gives us hope that when things are bad, we just need to go to God and say, please help me through this. Show me the way. Like last week, show me the light. You are the light at the end of my tunnel. And forgive me for my anger, for questioning you. You know what's right for me, dear Lord. You know. I just need to come to you and talk to you. So next week, I'm not going to give it away, but some wonderful things happened to Job. When he stopped and listened to God and asked for forgiveness, then God, I'm not going to tell you, but some wonderful things happened. I just think this is a fabulous story about Job, a very faithful man that was tested very, very hard and still loved God. So I will be back in just a minute after music, which I love. I'm learning the songs too. You guys learn the songs and all the motions, and hopefully by the end of summer, we're going to put us all up in big church on the big screen so everybody can see you sing. So I will be right back after music, and you have fun.
1, 2, 3. La la la, with all my soul. La la la, with all my strength. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Da, 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 da.
Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's all praise the Lord.
without touching the floor. Whoa! Okay, and then when I count to 3, we're gonna jump up all together as high as you can. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
With all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, with all my strength, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, with all my strength. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Oh yeah. I will love you, Lord, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, and with all my B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. Give me a B. Give me an I. Give me a B. Give me an L-E. The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. The B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E.
Wow, how was that music? I still love the music every week. You get to get up and dance and learn some more words to the songs and the motions. It's so fun. It just reminds me so much of VBS that hopefully we can have next summer. It'll be awesome. And how'd you like the story of Job? Job just is a faithful man. I really love the story of Job, and I hope you do too. And next week, you're going to hear the end of the story, and it's really awesome. So I think you're really going to love it. If you hear some funny noises, I have a kitty cat running around like crazy in my house. So she just loves to have fun. So today, I thought, we were talking about the smallest insect God made and the biggest mountains that God made. So I thought I'd pull out a few things that might be kind of fun. So one is, you guys, it's called the largest ball of twine, which is kind of like between a rope and a string. But look at the man standing next to it. That thing is huge. I don't think it moves, but if it did, I wouldn't want to be in its way, huh? It'd be rolling down the hill. So that's the largest ball of twine in the world. Now, this is kind of a funny thing right here. These that I found, I thought was pretty cool, is the largest insect in the world. Now, they have different ways of doing this. So the largest insect this time is like how big, like if it's set in your hand. So brace yourself for these pictures. The largest is, and what's his name? He's like a rhinoceros beetle. Rhinoceros beetle. Look at this. Look at this right here. Can you see that? See my hand? See that? That's on a hand. A rhinoceros, like it's got the little horns and everything. That's huge. Huge compared to the itty bitty 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 one we saw today. And in South Africa is a longhorn beetle. Look at this. That's huge too. Let's see. I think I have one more. Hercules beetle. This one's really big. Look at that. Those are some big beetles. Insects we've got, and like I said, we had the itty bitty one that was actually a wasp. I don't know if you guys know what a wasp is, but the wasps around here are pretty big, maybe the size of my finger, and they sting. And this one does too, but it's so tiny that you really don't see it until you probably get bit and then you feel a little sting on it, but they don't live around here. So it's a wasp. So God just made all kinds of wonderful things. He made the flowers and the trees and the sky and the clouds. He made everything. So he made all those beautiful, beautiful things for us. So now I'm going to show you a dessert that you can help your moms and dads make that's kind of fun. So I'm going to kind of turn my computer around so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to kind of, I got to go get my dough. So you hold there for 1 second and I'll be back. You can still hear me. I'm getting my dough because I want it to be perfect. So I am getting my dough from the fridge because I like to use my dough when it's cold. So this is croissant dough that you can just buy at the grocery store. And when you unroll it, it already has little markings on here. So you tear it apart. So it's like a perfect triangle. See, just looks like a perfect triangle, not too sticky, so I can kind of hold it just like that. And I'm going to put it down on my tray, and I have a little bit of aluminum foil on there. And I'm going to take a little bit of butter, not a whole lot, and I'm just going to kind of spread it on there like if you were going to spread it on toast. So I'm just going to kind of spread it on there on both of them. Just a little bit of butter because that just kind of makes everything melt together. So we're just going to kind of do that, just a little. And then I have a little bit of white sugar that most everybody has at home. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on here. There we go. Little bit on there, just a little bit of sugar. So it's a little sweet because, we kind of like it a little sweet. So there. And then I have cinnamon. Now, everybody likes a little bit of cinnamon, like cinnamon sugar. So I'm going to put a little on here. I actually like a little bit. A lot on mine, actually. Cinnamon is very good for you. So you just put it on there. Then I'm going to kind of bring it up here to see if you can see it. And I'm going to take the little tiny point. So I'm going to take the little point first. So you can see it. And I'm going to just tuck it in and just roll it straight up. Just like this. So it kind of just looks like a cute little roll. Like that. And I'm going to do the same for this one. And see, it just rolled up really pretty. You can see a little bit of the cinnamon and sugar in there. And then I just followed the directions for the croissants. And it takes about 12-15 minutes at 350 to bake these. And just to show you what they look like when they're done, they look like this. Little croissants like that. I have one more thing I like to do, and I have a little bit of like a sugar frosting that I like to make. So you can take this, and I like to just take it like on a little knife or fork, and I can just drizzle a little bit on top. You don't have to put a whole lot, just a little bit, so you can kind of see it. Actually makes it kind of pretty too. Actually makes it kind of pretty and makes it definitely yummy. And you can put it on when it's warm if you want, or you can wait till they've cooled down a little bit so it doesn't run all over the place. There we go. So there you go. A very yummy, quick dessert that you guys can help your moms and dads with. So that is really fun. So that could be something that you can do at home and just say, Mom, Dad, I've got the best dessert. Miss Kathy showed us how to do it. So I hope you have fun with that. I hope you're still having a lot of fun in the summer, swimming, going hiking, maybe probably seeing some of your friends now. I know school's going to start pretty soon, but I'm just thankful that we can still be here on Sunday mornings together online, doing our Sunday school, learning about Job. Now, next week, I have my very special friend, Miss Ann, and she's going to finish the story of Job. And I think you're really going to have fun, and you're really going to be happy with this beautiful ending of the story of Job, of a very faithful man to God. So how about we calm ourselves, fold our hands, close our eyes, and say, thank you, dear Lord. Thank you that we can come together with you on these Sundays to learn more about you, more about the people in the Bible that you talked to, that you helped. We just thank you. We thank you we go into this week healthy, that we are witnessing to others about you as we learn more and more about you. Thank you, dear Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. So I hope you'll be back with us next week with my friend Ann, and we're going to have a great time, and maybe I'll try and find another recipe or art or science, just something fun that you guys can do at home that's pretty easy, and a lot of it you already have there. This is everything I had at home. I didn't have to go buy anything. So I think I'll go look at my pantry and see what I can bake up for next week that you can bake with your moms and dads. You have a fabulous week. What do I always say? Say thank you to mom and dads for everything they do for you.